Welcome to the lab. This is doubly something that has never happened in the 20 days that I've done this being my 20th day, until today. And that is, first of all, I'm reshooting a video. I'm reshooting the video because of a camera issue. And I didn't like that artifact being there, so I decided I would reshoot Dad's Day number 20. Then, in the process of reshooting Dad's Day number 20, I went on a rant tangent that just kind of went off in a different direction. So I've saved that. That will be rant number 1. Those are going to go into the same playlist as the Dad's Day, because I don't know how frequent they're going to be. I suppose potentially I could rant, multiple times for every day, but in this particular first instance, it's just gonna fall in here. It's gonna be rant number 1 after 20 days. That's not bad. I really thought that I would be more opinionated and mad, and I would rant more often. But I am glad that I don't, because that means I've got things occupying my mind other than the things that I can't change. A lot of times rants come from people who are feeling somehow powerless, or just can't understand what's going on around them. So this is kind of becoming a rant against rants, which is, it's getting too meta. I'm going to stop it. So the rant will be up. Dad's Day 20 will be up. And it's kind of like a anniversary. 20 straight days of doing these. That's pretty astounding. My streak is still going on 750 words. That's a couple days behind, because I didn't start that right away when I started Dad's Day. And I have not gotten even fired up to do the blogginess that is to come. I want to have a place to expand. And the comment section of YouTube is not a good place for recording cogent conversation. It's fine for, hey, good job. Wow, crappy job. I would have done this. You should have done that. Why are you so ugly? That kind of thing. That's what happens in the YouTube comments. I'm not really interested in having long conversations there, if I ever do. But so I'm wanting to export all of that off into something else, and be the place that I actually go, if I like you, or if I find that you're at least, your criticisms are not offensive. If offensive criticism does nobody any good. It doesn't compensate for your, whatever your failings are to make fun of someone else. So, I don't need it. So, this Dad's Day, I'm, 3.5 minutes in, and I haven't even gotten to the topics that this is supposed to be on, which is fine. It doesn't have to, this is, I don't care. But I had an anecdote from work that I'm going to take a little bit, to heart. And that is, I had someone come to my door and say, since this contractor came in and did this thing, this tool isn't working anymore. Okay. The tool in question, we had determined was little used, and was safe to not re-implement when we made a change. And it had nothing to do with this particular contractor coming in. So I said, well, we decided to get rid of that. He said, oh, I didn't realize that was going away. I use it a lot. I need it. So I would like, implication being, I want it. I'm not going to ask for it, but I want it back. So I looked into it. We figured out, okay, yeah, we can re-implement that, and it won't be the big, great big hairy deal for this one person. But just out of curiosity, I was thinking that it had been disconnected 3 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. And so I said, can you tell me when we got rid of that? It turned out to be June of 2015. As I speak now, it's January of 2017. So, 18 months. So this important and critical tool had sat unused for 18 months before the first person discovered that it wasn't working because it's so important. They use it so heavily that 18 months between usage. I think that there's a lesson there. It's like sometimes we have too many things that are nice. This is a great thing to have. But when it comes down to it, I have not used it in 2 years. I have not used it in 5 years. I have not used it ever. It's still in the box. It's still in the wrapper. This was a gift. Even if it was a utilitarian gift, if it was something that's useful in and of itself, it's not like a tchotchke or something that hangs on the wall and just looks pretty. It's a functional thing. 10 years it's been sitting here and I haven't unwrapped it. Our lives are full of that sort of thing. And it extends not even just to the physical, but to the mental, the psychological. I worked out in my 750 a couple of days ago. My daily writing. I just remembered this event from high school that over the last 20 years, more than that, approaching 30 years since this particular thing happened. And over those intervening 30 years, I figured out something about the situation that I just wasn't aware of at the time. And someday I'll share that story. But the weird thing is that had been sitting there unused. The lesson that I was supposed to get out of that was unused. It wasn't exercised. The lesson, if I had learned it then, if I had done the thing that I should have done, everything would have been different. That one little change in my life, one way or another, could have been for the worse, could have been for the better. I don't know. It could have been just equally as good, but a completely different path. I might not be here doing this. I might have already done this 10 years ago. I don't know. But it definitely would have changed things. And it was just one little lesson that I missed. And if I just had it at that point, wouldn't that be an interesting experiment to know what your life would be like if you'd gone a different path? Even if that path was really small. It was just a tiny step off to one side. So, anyway, funny how one thing leads to another and you end up thinking strange things. All right. That's Dad's Day number 20 in the books.